Hi Stampers, recently I've uploaded a couple of cards on my blog that have the Gelli Plate prints on it that I've made, and I've been putting them on a background. And here I have one that I've done on a deli paper, and deli paper is what they wrap your sandwiches in when you get a sandwich out. It's kind of transparent, it's waxy on one side and it's matte on the other side. So you can see through it somewhat if you don't put too much paint on it. And what I've been doing is layering these on different backgrounds. Here I've got an anchor print that's available in my store, and here I've put it back on a map. And you can see it's not real clear, but it's vague in the background, and it just kind of gives it a little bit more texture and a little bit more character. You can also put it on the back of music. Here's a sheet of music, and you can add a little bit of music in the background. You can see it peeking through here, and it just creates a nice dimension to your card. And I wanted to show you real quick how I've been doing this. I'm going to put this on a map. So here's my map, and I am using Mod Podge, and I'm going to use a sponge applicator, and I am just going to cover I'm going to go ahead and lay this whole piece down because I'll probably end up making a couple of cards. I think I'm going to make this a graduation card. It could be a Father's Day card because I'm using the Sparkle and Sprinkle stamp set Anchors Away. So it's got some nice a Father's Day sentiment. It has sentiment that could be used for Father's Day, graduation. But anyway, I'm putting the Mod Podge down, and I put it down fairly thick. I want it to cover my page. It's going to be a little bit damp, and I'm just going to cover all of it. Okay, and then you're going to take your Gelli Print here and just lay it down on top of the mat, and then just press it down. And this is going to take a few minutes to dry, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it to dry, and we're going to go on to the card. I thought I'd do the same card layout as I did yesterday. So I have a white card base, and I'm going to put my blue strip here, and then I'll cut a piece of this to go over here on this side. Okay, so like I said, I'm using the Anchors Away stamp set. I'm using the Compass Rose, and then for the graduation to go confidently in the direction of your dreams, I thought was quite fitting. And in the stamp set, it's got this rope also, so I thought that would just not make a nice addition to the card down the side. So I'm going to put that on my acrylic block, and it's a long stamp. And I'm going to use my Versamark. Actually, I'm going to do the static free bag first so I don't get any stray pieces of embossing powder where I don't want it. And then I'm going to ink up my rope, and I'm going to go right down the side of it. I'm going to do it twice so I can get it all the way down. And then I am going to emboss it in clear because I just want it to be a soft enhancement on the side, not anything stark to stand out. Okay, so this is the clear embossing powder. And then I'm going to go ahead and heat that. See, it was just enough to give it a nice highlight down the side. So I'm going to go ahead, and that's going to go on the side of my card, but I'm also going to tie a piece of red ribbon around it. This is seam binding, and I'm just going to tie a simple knot since it's going to be a masculine card. I'm going to pull it right over to the edge, and then I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down so it'll be ready to go. I'm using a 3/4 inch Terrific tape from Sparkle and Sprinkle, and then a piece of the 1/4 inch over here on the side to kind of finish it off. I like my pieces well adhered down. And then that is going down here right on the edge of the cardstock. Now we're ready to cut our panel here. Actually, I'm going to emboss my sentiment while we keep waiting for that to dry. And I am going to emboss the "Go confidently in the direction of your dreams." I have a Spellbinders oval already cut out here, and I'm just going to stamp straight down in that, and I'm going to use the Red Apple Detail Embossing Powder from Sparkle and Sprinkle. This is for sentiments. I like to use the Detail or the Tuscany's because they give you nice crisp letters. And then we're going to go ahead and heat that. Okay, and if you're making this card and you want the measurements, this is 5.5 by 1.5, and then this piece is 2 3/4 by 5.5. So I've cut that out, and I'm just going to go ahead and adhere that down there. And since I've got a thin map paper and it's still a little bit damp, I'm just going to use the glue stick to put this down, and it'll give me a little bit more time to move it around and make sure it's straight as well. Okay, so that's going right in there, right butted up right next to the seam of the cardstock, and then lay that down. And then that ribbon is right there on the edge. And then I also stamped and embossed the compass rose from the stamp set with the same red apple. And I'm going to use dimensionals to go ahead and put this down. And I'm going to put that up towards the top. I think the sentiment's going to go down here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down, and then the sentiment I'm just going to go ahead and put down with a piece of tape. And if the ribbon wants to keep moving over, you can always take a piece of the Terrific tape and lay it down there and stick your ribbon to it. That way it'll stay in place. So there you have the technique of how to do the jelly plates with the background on it. Just a quick fun card. I will make another video showing you how to make the jelly prints next. So stay tuned, and I will see you again soon. Happy stamping!